and welcome to yet another EPLP. This time around, I'm going to be playing through Megaman Zero for the GBA. Horribly underappreciated game in my opinion, so I figured, hey, why not? So first up, we get this huge burst of storyline with nothing really happening, absolutely nothing at all. You get up, walk away, you're not missing a damn thing. So this game kind of, mixes things up from the standard Mega Man formula. I could see some people kind of disagreeing with that, but in my opinion, this was as good as the series ever actually got. And, there's a couple of reasons why. Some of the things they mixed up. The storyline, there's a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end that carries over across all the games. Whereas a lot of Capcom stuff, and the Mega Man series in particular, there's a lot of standalone storylines. There's, maybe a little bit of stuff that carries over between games, and it takes forever for any storylines to actually move forward. It's filler to hell and back with them. I think they could really stand to learn something from this, because I think it really did a lot of stuff right, and that was one thing in particular. It didn't really outstay its welcome. It seemed like it went on a bit long enough for what it was trying to do, and the storyline, I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever written, but it was interesting, and it carried over, and it did its job. And the gameplay was nice. It changed things quite a bit, and it still kept a lot of the really nice stuff that makes you want to play these games anyway. So as a whole, very nice game, and I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, there's still talking. Absolutely nothing at all is being said. All you're really supposed to gather from all this blah 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 here is that these guys are resistance fighters, and they're getting their asses handed to them by the man, these bunch of robots here that are coming in all over the place. And the resistance was looking for Zero in this old rundown base thing here. Yeah, she's the leader of the resistance, some other crap. Yeah, there's really nothing at all here. You're just basically watching a red shirt army get massacred by another red shirt army, which you will subsequently, massacre yourself. Yeah, and we're introduced to the concept of cyber elves here. This is tied into one of the game gimmicks that I'll explain later. Oh, that could be so much better if it was one letter different. One letter, that's all that mattered. Okay, so Zero's, he's out cold, he's locked in, secured, and suddenly he's healed and up and ready to go. That is some serious techno wizardry going on up in there. Okay, finally into the gameplay. I really think the X series had a much better idea with the way they typically start. They throw you right into the gameplay at the beginning and then wait until you beat the first level, the tutorial level, until they actually explain how you're supposed to play the game. But no, they couldn't do that here. Shame. Fortunately, they learned their lesson in the sequels, which were significantly better than the first game. Bear with me, the first game isn't exactly the best. But, it's passable for what it is. And it helped launch some much better games. These pods here that are constantly spawning spiders, great way to level up your weapons. Let's deal with leveling up your weapons. That's going to have to wait, because this level is incredibly short. You don't really have to bother with protecting your little escort there, your NPC. They're, she's completely invincible, so you don't have to worry about that. Got a cyber elf, probably a really crappy and useless one. As you can tell, I'm not really doing much of anything here. I'm just mashing the attack button over and over. You can't even charge your shot yet. None of the actual cool shit happens until a little bit later, when they actually try doing some stuff with the level design and making you do different stuff. This is a completely pointless starter level. I'm not actually going to show all the text in the game. I'm going to start using screenshots. I'm just using the text in the first video because, it's quicker, and there's so much of it that, it'd be a pain to stop every little while to post a bunch of screenshots. So here's a bunch of shit that's going on, and yeah. don't even bother with reading this. None of this has any point to it whatsoever. You can't do a thing with the Buster. Zero, use a Buster. Okay. Boss fight. Pretty basic. Just shoot him in the head. Just shoot him in the head. Just keep shooting him in the head. And don't let anything fall on top of you like I did right there, because that's going to cost me real soon. Oh, by the way, this is the option menu. There's some stuff here I'll probably get around to explaining soon enough. I'm going to change my attack mode to type B, because only losers use type A. There's the other menu, by the way. Yeah. You'll see why I changed that right then, in a second here, once I unload some hot steaming justice all over this guy's face. It's going to take forever to wear him down with the regular shot, obviously. Fortunately, they don't make you actually do that. Foreshadowing. Yeah, by the way, those robots that looked a little bit familiar earlier on the level, also foreshadowing. Foreshadowing everywhere. So yeah, don't ask questions, don't waste time, even though that's exactly what we're doing here. I get his trademark sword. Oops. And one hit kill. Well, that was easy enough. If only I had the saber from the get-go. Oh well. Mission complete. So that's tutorial level over. I can't believe we were capable of destroying a golem. Why didn't you just manufacture swords for everybody? I mean, it was just whatever. Oh look, we have an amnesiac protagonist. Joy. Hibernation sickness is the excuse they're going with, because he was locked away for a couple hundred years. This is a distant future. CL, scientist, resistance chick. We're going to be seeing a lot of her. Yes, because it would be called Megaman Zero if you weren't actually Zero. I just, whatever. Okay, let's get this over with. Tutorial level is over. This is a trans server right here. These things are basically ways to get to and from your central hub. Think of it as the big screen where you selected which boss you want to go to in the old games, although this game's a lot more linear. Good or bad, you decide. Okay, just stand on it and press up. Fourth wall breaking, then go back to the resistance base. Let's go. I no doubt got a really shitty ranking on this one. There's a few options here, but I'll get around to explaining those later. Return to base it is. Let's see how poorly I... Wrong button. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Okay, level A. Not too bad. I'm not actually going for perfect ranks on everything, and I'm playing on normal difficulty instead of hard mode for those of you that know a lot of stuff here. If you really want to see me do some of that stuff, I might consider it, but, you know, I'm thinking I'm just going to go for a basic completion here. So that's the tutorial level. Stay tuned for the actual level next time, and I think the next time I'm just going to wander around the base and explain some of the stuff that this game functions off of. So yeah, that's going to be the next video. I think I've rambled on long enough. Fuck you all and good night.